You know what's annoying? I'm on my way to my dentist appointment, which is annoying in itself because I hate the dentist. I had a bad experience a long time ago, and you would think I would have gotten over it by now, but I guess it's PTSD or whatever you want to call it, which I'm not claiming that, but I know God is, He can help me with this and I can get over it. But as of right now, I hate the dentist because of this experience that I had one time, and it's like even just the sound of the drill ever since then, I hate it. And I have anxiety just going to get a regular cleaning because of the thought of what, I don't mind the cleaning, but it's just the thought of what if they find something and then I have to get work done. Because I hate the drill. It's just even the sound, just the thought, everything. I hate it. But anyways, I just have to vent real quick because you know what? I am so sick of people being disappointing. They are so disappointing. You try to be nice. You try to do the right thing. You try to look out for people, and I try to give them the benefit of the doubt no matter what. I try to I'm empathetic, and I think about what other people go through, and I bend over backwards for people, and then it's like, oh, but when the shoe is on the other foot, it's not returned and you get shit on. That's the reality of it. So I'm just irritated right now. I'm super irritated because it's like you do someone a favor and then they have the opportunity to do a favor for you and they just leave you out in the cold. And it's like, oh, okay, I see how it is. But yet they'll, continue to take your help and continue to take your, your kindness for weakness and continue to take advantage. And it just sucks. It's like people in general are just shitty. There's really no other way around it. But it is what it is. What do you do? And so then you're put in this place where it's like the Bible. I was just listening to the Bible today as I was working, and it's like, don't return evil for evil, but it's hard not to want to do that and return the same energy. But I don't know, it is what it is. I just see why a lot of people don't trust people and don't let people in, because you get disappointed so many times. But on another note, I'm sick. I don't know if I think it's a sinus infection. So I did an online doctor appointment and they called me in some medicine, so I'm gonna go get that, and I look forward to feeling better and getting rid of some of this congestion. It's just like all up in my nose and it's just annoying. But I'm gonna try to get in a better mood because right now I am just not feeling it. I am just over it. But anyways, I hope y'all had a good day. And it's a beautiful day. It's like 80 degrees outside. That's probably why I have a sinus infection, because it was literally snowing last week. And then today is 80 degrees and sunny out. So there you go. But anyways, what else? Oh, I know what else. Okay, so I got the weirdest phone call. I got two weird, random phone calls in the last week. The first one, the first one, and let me just give you some context. I know that people are scammers, and I know that people have called. My phone's dying. I know that people call, and my cousin has gotten a phone call similar to this, where she was freaking out, and come to find out it was a scammer, and, you know, it was like kind of funny, not funny, but, you know, with this being known, I got a call the other day, and it was like, asked for my maiden name. First of all, I haven't heard my maiden name in years, and I'm like, huh? And they sounded, I'm not gonna lie, they sounded legit. They told me that I have failure to appear because they sent me a summons, was sent to my address 30 days prior to the court date for grand jury, and that they have a signature on file and that I signed and didn't show up to court. And I'm like, no, I did not sign anything of the sort. Excuse me, you know, like, no. But they sounded so believable. I'm not going to say they sounded the most professional, but it's the words that they used. Excuse me. The words that they used threw me off because they were talking so fast, and, you know, they sounded... He even gave me a name, said Lieutenant so-and-so, or the first one was Deputy so-and-so, and the number was not blocked or anything like that. It actually looked like a local government number, and at first I wasn't buying it, you know. I was like, no, you know, but then they sounded so believable with everything they were saying. I'm not gonna lie, it scared me, and I'm like, they said that because it was for grand jury and not regular jury duty, that it's a federal offense that when you don't show up, and basically that I have to go to the sheriff's department and give my signature to see if it matches, and if it doesn't match, that basically if it doesn't match, then it's an automatic what do you call it, like where they'll drop it, and then if it does match, that basically I'm gonna be detained. And I'm like, at first I was like, okay, I'm like, I'll speak with my attorney, and they're like, okay, so you want to go the criminal route? And I'm like, what? And they just kept on, and I'm not gonna lie, I got stressed out, but I didn't give them any information. You know, they didn't get far enough, I guess, because I was so skeptical, they didn't get far enough to, like, ask for any information, that's what was throwing me off the most, was because they were saying that I needed to go to the sheriff's office, and sign down there. But then they did throw in the word mobile escort, and they were saying how basically if I didn't get it taken care of, until I get this taken care of, that I have a failure to appear, and if I come in contact with any police officers, I'm gonna be automatically put in jail, automatically detained, and you know, that I might not be able to see the judge for a few days, and it's not gonna matter like how many kids I have or whatever, that, you know, there are no questions asked, and their job is to try to de-escalate it before it gets to that. And anyway, long story short, just be aware of scammers, because it almost was believable. I mean, to the point where I actually hung up the phone. They put me on hold, and I hung up the phone, and I actually called the sheriff's department and was like, just to make sure I don't have any, you know, this isn't true, right? Like, I just had to make sure, because I'd never heard of anything like that, and I'm not sure that a lot of people have, which is what threw me off. I'm like, what? But they were saying that they had a signature on file, blah blah blah, that if you don't clear it up, that it's, you know, if it's a clerical error, then that'll get cleared up, but until then you have this issue that must be taken care of, or you could be automatically detained if you come in contact with any sheriff's department, or sheriff, employees, whatever. And then they talked about mobile escort, that they were saying, like, they'll pick me up and take me. I don't know what that was about, but I was like, no. So anyways, long story short, be careful. People, there are scammers out there really, really trying. To the point where it's like, you have no life if you have time to do all that and use all those words. And he even said, in the beginning when I said, well, I don't know, I've never heard of anything like this. And I was like, how do I know that this is, not a scam? And he was like, I'll transfer you to my lieutenant and he can explain it to you better to you. So anyway, just don't be fooled. I don't know what he was gonna eventually get to, of asking, probably for my signature for something. Oh, we can clear it up, if you just go to this or whatever. But he was trying to hack me. Thankfully, I hung up the phone before anything. But then Sunday, me and Nora were watching church on TV online. Ari was on her ski trip, and I get a call out of nowhere, and it's like this, I guess it was like a prank call from probably like some teenager, but they were like disguising their voice in this weird voice, like, and then they're like, you stole my cigarettes. I'm like, what? And I almost didn't get it, because this one was a block number, but I thought it could be Ari, so I answered it. I didn't know if she was like calling from another number or whatever, so I answered it. Yeah, and then next thing I know, I think I'm like laughing for a second, because I'm thinking it's Ari playing around with her friends, and then whoever it was like, mother, you took my whole pack of cigarettes. Like, so I just hung up. But yeah, just really random. But anyways, that's about it for that. I'm actually pulling into the dentist. But anyways, y'all beware, there's some crazy people out there. All right, y'all have a good day.